Hello students, so I'm back with my new video. This is part 3 of the story Memories of Childhood. Okay, so Chitkalasa had a very unpleasant experience on the very first day at the time of taking breakfast, but further she had to experience worse things as the day was rolling by. Okay, now she, as I have told you, could not understand a single word of English, but her friend Judwin understood some English. So Judwin informed Chitkalasa that these people were planning to cut off their long hairs and make it short, because that was the rule of the school. The students were supposed to keep short hair. Now she, as an Native American girl, she had been taught right from her childhood that short hair is owned by the warriors who are defeated in battles and are taken as captives. Then the enemy country, they crop their hair very short. It's a matter of disgrace, it's a matter of shame. And short hair is also worn by mourners. If someone dies in a family, you are mourning the death of the person, then also they wear very short hair. Long hair is the symbol of, you can say, pride, the symbol of boldness, symbol of bravery. That was the belief in their community, in the community of the Native Americans. But here she was told something else. And the moment she heard this news from Judwin, Judwin was, as you will read the story, you will understand one thing, that Judwin was a very practical girl. She told Chitkalasa that even if they try to fight against these people and refuse to let them cut their hair, that will be of no use. They were more powerful and they were the authorities, so they would do what they have decided to do. Even if they try hard, they can't stop them from doing it. So it's better not to try anything, rather to surrender and let them fulfill their wish. But Chitkalasa had a fighting spirit. Now see, it matters from person to person. Your characteristic traits, we all are different individuals. So we all have different characteristic traits, and that you can say becomes very clear in us right from the time of our childhood. People can understand what kind of a person the child is going to be as the child will reach his or her adulthood. So Chitkalasa had a fighting spirit right from the very beginning. So she told Judwin that without fighting she won't surrender. She won't let them cut her short hair. She will first try to fight them, and then only if she do not succeed, she will surrender. Otherwise, at the very first instance, she would try to save her long hair. She had great pride for her long hair and she wanted to save them. Understood? So she was looking for an opportunity to hide somewhere. She was too young at that time. Understood? She was too young at that time to understand that no matter whatever tactics she applies, she won't be able to succeed in her try. Whatever she was trying to do, she won't be able to succeed. Why? Because these people were more powerful than her. They were the authorities and they were surely going to overpower her. She was too young to understand these details. Okay? So she was looking in search of an opportunity when she could go and hide somewhere. She thought that will solve her problem. The moment she hides somewhere, her problem will be solved. So at the very first moment when she noticed that no one was observing her, no one was keeping an eye on her, what she did, she found the staircases and she started climbing up the staircases. The place was new for her. She had no idea where these staircases were leading to. But as she started climbing them, she reached a floor. And there she found some rooms. One of the rooms on that particular floor was completely dark. And there were 4 beds inside the room. Now, why was the room in darkness? Because the curtains of the room had been pulled. Okay? The curtains of the room had been pulled. They were covering the windows. That is why the room was in complete darkness. And Chitkalasa thought that since the room was in darkness, if she goes and hides under a table, that will be the perfect place to hide and no one will be able to find her. That was her view, her thought. So as she thought, she did. She crawled under one of the beds, and she was waiting there for these people who she knew were searching her very badly. She could hear her name being called several times from downstairs. Someone was calling her name several times. She did not bother to answer. She kept mum, completely mum. Then she heard from that particular place that it seemed as if people were climbing up the staircases and trying to reach her. Okay, people were climbing up the staircases and they were trying to reach her. She did not make any noise. She kept quiet. These people searched in several rooms and then they entered that room where Chitkalasa was hiding. At first they searched the cupboards, behind the curtains, everywhere. Then someone drew the curtain aside. The moment that person drew the curtain aside, the room became lighted. Enough light was there now to see everything clearly. And one of the person bent down to see under the bed and she was caught. She was found. Okay, she was found over there. Like an animal, they were dragging her from under that bed. Understood where she was hiding. They were dragging her out, but she was fighting constantly. Understood? She was continuously fighting with them. She was not ready to surrender at the very first instance. She was throwing her arms and legs in a very frantic manner. But they were more powerful and she could not do anything. She was carried downstairs. 2 people hold her legs, 2 people hold her by the arms, and she was carried downstairs. She was made to sit on a chair. She was tightly bound with the chair. Understood? Tied with the chair. And then she could feel the cold blades on her neck and her long plaits. She has braids, long plaits. Those plaits were chopped off. Chitkalasa tried very hard to save her long hair. It was not only the question of long hair, it was the question of freedom. That Native Americans were not even having the freedom to follow their own lifestyle, their own things. Okay? They were forced to follow the culture or do the things that was prevalent, that was followed in the Carelessly Indian school. No one took bother about her, you can say, community, the practices, the rituals, the beliefs of her community. No one bothered to remember it. So her blades were chopped off She was too young, she was very afraid and very sad. She started crying. Now when little children cry, what do the mothers do? The mothers go to them and comfort them. She was expecting her mother, but her mother was not there with her. No one consoled her, no one comforted her. She cried, she did not eat, and she was the normal person, she cried. She was kicking them, she was trying to bite them, but nothing happened. Her hair was cut and she was very sad. She was expecting someone to come and comfort her. No one came. No one showed any sympathy for this poor Native American girl. And she understood how these people treat the Native Americans. They think them as inferior to them. Treat them as servants. Okay? Treat them as inferior people. She understood it very well. And one realization also dawned on her, that from now onwards she will be treated like an animal in the school. Like all other children, she will be treated as one children, and very badly she will be treated. Why? Because she was after all a Native American. So this is the account of, and this particular incidents left a deep impact in Jit Kalasa. That's why she remembered it. Though it happened at the time when she was too young, she remembered it and she has shared it with us. Okay.